Now, let me explain to you the type of relationship that I had with my brother. I am a last born out of the family of three girls. The firstborn is of a different father, and me and the secondborn are the offspring of the same father. The firstborn has always reminded us that we are not from the same father, because I'm the youngest, and on top of that, there is a huge gap in birth years between me and my sisters. I mean, like the firstborn, I think there's a 10-year gap, and the secondborn, there's a 5-year gap. Uh, I had never really had that intimate relationship with them up until I was in secondary with the secondborn, where the relationship was mainly just to protect me, in a sense that I am now in a secondary schooling years, and there should be somebody that is protecting me, in a sense, if you know what I mean. And the relationship that I had with my brother, I remember when he was working in the mines back in Johannesburg back in the day. Whenever he will come home for the holidays or for the leave or whatever you call it, I will knew that he was home, because in the shops where I was passing by to go to school, I would just see him in the morning standing there, very, very well dressed. Smart that, when there were still Flosham shoes, those black and white shirts, two color shirts, and the Scotch trousers. I don't know what they were called. And he will be standing there just poaching the ladies, and he would call me and give me a 2 rand or a 1 rand, and then I will know that my brother is back in the town. And the first time he really, really stood up for me was when now I was getting married. Now my mother is gone. My mother passed away in 2009, by the way, and my father passed away in 1996. And now we are literally orphans, and getting married. Here is this man that I love so much. Oh my gosh, I loved my husband. I don't want to lie, I loved my husband so much. I didn't see anything wrong with him. I loved him to I cannot even explain, but I just loved that man. Now, the situation whereby a girl child is getting married and the father is not there and the mother is not there. Yo, it's the situation that I don't wish for anyone in this entire life. Now, my sisters didn't seem to like my husband that much. I don't know why. Maybe they knew something that I didn't know, or maybe they seen something that I didn't know, but it seems like they just didn't like him. Here are two women that are supposedly called my sister, who are older than me. They are screaming and crying during the Labola negotiations. And I'm asking myself, God, what is this? Well, the situation went on and on and on and on up until my brother intervened, and he was like, listen, if this is witchcraft, I rebuke it. If this is something that is meant to happen, still I rebuke it. But at the end of the day, just know, Wena, number one, you want to marry this man because you love him, right? And I said, yes, I love him. And number two, this man is paying lobola for you, right? And I said, yes, he is paying lobola for me. And you are happy with that? And I was like, yes, I am happy with that. And number three, who is going to walk you down the aisle? And I was like, with the tears in my eyes. I'm like, it's you who's going to walk you down the aisle. And he said, yes, you are definitely correct. No matter who is screaming and crying and doesn't want you to marry this man or whatnot, just know one thing, that the only person who is going to walk you down the aisle, the only person who is going to marry you and approve your marriage is here, and is going to make sure that you see through it and it happens. That is how I pulled up my big girl panties and realized that I may be an orphan. My mother is not here. My father is not here to accept my lobola and negotiate on my behalf. And my mother is not here to defend me. But I do have somebody who's got my back. And this person who's got my back is my brother. And he is legit. When you talk of a legit person, guys, I'm talking about a person who just wants peace, no matter what the situation is in the family. The person who wants to see people happy. The person who doesn't judge anyone for anything is my brother. Guys, the person that I buried yesterday. The person that I buried yesterday is the only person who stood by me when my sisters were screaming and crying during the lobola negotiations, and I didn't even know what kind of witchcraft had possessed them. Is the person that I buried yesterday. The person who stood by me. You know how far my in-laws were. I was born and bred in Port Shepstone, by the way. And I was working in Durban. And obviously when you are getting married, everything has to happen in your hometown where you're born. And guess where my husband was coming from? All the way from Grahamstown. You know what? Both my sisters that were screaming and crying during lobola negotiations, and we didn't understand what they were crying and screaming about. Both my sisters who did not want me, because it dawned on me that they did not want me to marry this man. I don't know what was their reason or what did they know that I didn't know about this man. But obviously they did not want me to marry this man for one reason or the other. You know what? They never attended the wedding. Guess who was there? My brother was there. From Friday, Saturday, up until Sunday when they had to go back. He was there representing me. With my only aunts. I mean, like in my father's side, there were only 3 guys. So my father was the firstborn, and there was uncle that was the secondborn, and the lastborn who was a lady. That lady is still alive. And my brother and my aunts were the only person who was there representing me in the wedding. Throughout, from white wedding up until traditional wedding, they were there. Both my sisters, abantu ngesizulu abangishiyele ibele, they were not there. So you see, why am I so emotional? This guy that I just buried last night was the only person who really understood me. Was the only person that I call a family. Was the only person uma ngabe ngithi I am going to speak to the elders before I take any decision. I be referring to that person. And now he's gone. He has been my pillar of strength. He has been my friend, my supporters, my number one fan in everything and anything I do, even my business. As I am running and catering an events company, he has been the only person to walk and set his foot when I opened my very first Shisanyama business. My father walked in the restaurant and sat his foot in the sat down and said, "Well done, my sister. I am so proud of you." The only person who attended my wedding that everybody was against of except for my aunt and him. He was there, supported me. The only person who has known my ins and outs and goings and whatnot, because he was the only person that I trusted him with my life for everything and anything. Even if I go to Zambia, when I went to study in Holland, when I went, whatever I did, I will go and report to him that, Buddhi, this is what I'm doing. Buddhi, why? Because I have known that should anything happen to me in a foreign land, he will be the only person who would have been brave enough to take a flight, the first flight out, and say, "I am going there to identify my brother, my sister's body." I have always known that he would have been that person. And now I am losing that person. Well, I have lost that person. Well, on Saturday, funny enough, I was introduced to other people that are supposedly claim to be the part of the family, but bebekuphi bonke labantu sonke lesi sikhathi when I was with my brother all alone. Bebekuphi bonke it's not that I don't appreciate, but where have they been? I want to know, where have they been? Mina, all my life, I have known my brother to be the only person that exists in the family. He has been the mother representative since I do no longer have a mother. He has been the father representative. He has been an all-rounder in everything and anything I do. All my successes, all my moves, everything I do, I have reported to this person. And even when it comes to traditional things, ceremonies and things, he has been the person who to shisa impepo for me, phahla for me, and and now the person is suddenly gone. I don't mean to feel ungrateful or anything like that, but I appreciate the people that I have been introduced to, but where have they been? Where have they been? All I know right now is that I am mourning. I am mourning for my brother, for my father figure, for my parent figure, for my friend, because when he comes and we start talking, it didn't even feel like the years gap that is between the two of us was over 10 years. We'll start talking like I am talking to my peer. I remember the time when he was telling me that he has stopped drinking because the doctors are not recommending alcohol, and he'll be like, "I'm no longer drinking, sis, but I'm only drinking this alcohol that you only dash it with milk." And my daughter and I were laughing at him, and my daughter was like, "Malume, you're only drinking the alcohol that is being dashed with milk. But do you know that it still has got a percentage of alcohol in it?" And he was like, no, Shanami. That one is healthy because you dash it with milk. Well, according to him, it was fine because it's healthy because you dash it with milk. And you know what? I ended up buying that bottle of alcohol that you dash with milk because he was so adamant that it's healthy and it's the only alcoholic drink that is good for him. How do I let go of such guys? How do I let go? I know that he's been sick for such a long time and it's time for him to rest, but Who is he leaving me with? That's the question I'm asking. He has only been the family that understands me, that stands by me, that represents me, that is by my side. Even when my sisters did not attend my wedding, he has been there. And now who is going to be my friend, my pillar of strength, my companion, a person who listens when I talk without judging me, the person who understands when I'm in love and I want to be with men that I love without judging me? Who is going to be there now? He is gone. It is so painful. I feel like I'm all alone in this world, and when I saw that coffin yesterday going down, I just felt like I could just be thrown inside it and be gone with it, because I don't know. Instantly, I felt the loneliness of being without a family. Because what's the use of having a family that does not support you, that does not understand you, that does not know what you love, that does not know what you want, and that will even reject you for no reason? Impilo inzima, guys. Impilo inzima. And whatever that I went through, getting married without my sisters, the only sister that I have when I was already an orphan without parents, it's something that I don't wish for anyone. But at least I'm lucky because I had him to support me. I had him to walk me down the aisle. I don't know how it feels for somebody who is a truly orphan when you don't have anyone at all. But whatever the case may be, may his soul find rest, and I wish and I pray that he continues being a guiding angel in my life and my daughter's life, that he has always been throughout, in the midst of me feeling not having anyone when I had my sisters, but they still feel like they don't exist. Whatever the case may be, but may his beautiful soul rest in eternal peace, because this is one person who has always wanted to restore peace in the family, love in the family. Even if people are fighting, he has only been the person who's like, guys, listen, even if this is ibulawo, I guess it's shayele phansi ke. And for now, for the sake of this celebration, let us just, let us just make this, let's just make this what it's supposed to be. He has always been that person. I miss him already. I feel lonely already without him. But as I've just said, that you guys, it's the first time I am sharing this with strangers. I have never even shared this with my closest friends, that I got married without my blood sisters in my wedding, because they didn't think that my husband was worthy or good enough to marry their sister. And so hence they decided to go into the beach and have a bride by themselves, while I was getting married all by myself, with only him and my aunt supporting me. So you guys being the strangers that I have shared this with, and then I guess it makes you my family. From now moving forward, you are no longer going to be guys on my channel. You are just going to be family. So hi fam, how are you? I buried my only family yesterday, and it pains me. Now I'm only left with my daughter and my granddaughter, because my daughter already has a child. Yeah. Labantwana bayasigugisa, fine, but so you are my new fam. Hi fam. See you on the next video, and I love you so much. And thank you so much to those of you who have sent me the messages of condolences and the messages of comforts. I've received them via WhatsApp, I've received them via Insta DM, I've received them via FB direct messaging. I appreciate them so much, and I love you. If there is anyone out there who is grieving the loss of the only family member that you have always felt that this is the only person who has got your back, who understands you, you are not alone. Peace be with you. I love you so much. Goodbye.